When we talk basketball, the National Basketball Association, or NBA, instantly comes to mind. Loved by sports enthusiasts worldwide, the NBA has transformed basketball into a global phenomenon. But how did the NBA start, evolve, and reach its iconic status today? Don't worry, today's Game Time has the answer for you as we dive deep into the history, growth, and milestones of the NBA. Chapter 1. The Birth of the NBA. It's November 1st, 1946, in Toronto, Canada. The Toronto Huskies are hosting the New York Knickerbockers at Maple Leaf Gardens. This historic game marks the first ever played in NBA history, with Ossie Schechtman of the Knickerbockers making the very first basket. Can you imagine the excitement in the arena that day? This was the birth of something legendary. Before the NBA became a behemoth, several attempts at professional basketball leagues, like the American Basketball League and the National Basketball League, paved the way. However, it was the Basketball Association of America, founded in 1946 by ice hockey arena owners, that set the stage for the NBA. The BAA aimed to play in large arenas in major cities, a bold move that distinguished them from other leagues. Despite competition from leagues and clubs like the Harlem Globetrotters, the BAA persisted, attracting teams like the Minneapolis Lakers and Fort Wayne Pistons with promises of major venues. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. The BAA and NBL, despite their rivalry, realized they were stronger together. On August 3, 1949, they merged to form the National Basketball Association. Maurice Podoloff, president of the BAA, became the NBA's first president, and the league officially adopted the BAA's history and statistics as its own. The new NBA started with 17 franchises spread across various cities, playing in a mix of large arenas and smaller gymnasiums. Over the next few years, the league consolidated, facing financial difficulties and relocations. By 1954-55, the NBA reached its smallest size of 8 franchises, including the New York Knicks, Boston Celtics, and Philadelphia Warriors, all of which remain in the league today, albeit in different cities. Amidst all this, the league also broke racial barriers with Japanese-American Wataru Misaka playing for the New York Knicks in 1947-48, and African-American players like Chuck Cooper debuting in 1950. The Minneapolis Lakers, led by George Mikan, dominated with 5 championships. In 1954, the NBA introduced the 24-second shot clock, revolutionizing the game's pace and excitement. Chapter 2. The Celtics Dynasty and the Rise of Superstars. Fast forward to 1957. Rookie Bill Russell joined the Boston Celtics, teaming up with Bob Cousy and coach Red Auerbach to dominate the NBA with 11 titles in 13 seasons. That's right, 11. Imagine having a trophy room that needs its own zip code. But the Celtics weren't alone in the spotlight. Wilt Chamberlain entered the league in 1959, setting records like scoring 100 points in a game and grabbing 55 rebounds in another. His rivalry with Russell became legendary, comparable to today's LeBron versus Curry matchups. This era also saw NBA expansion and team relocations, with the Minneapolis Lakers moving to Los Angeles, the Philadelphia Warriors to San Francisco, and the St. Louis Hawks to Atlanta. Expansion teams like the Chicago Bulls and Seattle Supersonics, now Oklahoma City Thunder, joined the mix, adding new flavors to the NBA stew. Chapter 3. The ABA and NBA merger. Did you know the NBA once had a fierce competitor? The American Basketball Association was founded in 1967 and gave the NBA a run for its money. The ABA introduced the three-point line and signed several major stars, including Julius Erving. The leagues battled for players and fans, leading to some intense bidding wars. In 1976, the NBA and ABA merged, bringing 4 ABA teams into the NBA: the San Antonio Spurs, Denver Nuggets, Indiana Pacers, and New York Nets. This merger not only expanded the league, but also brought in some of the most entertaining elements of the ABA, like high-flying dunks and the aforementioned three-point line. Chapter 4. the Magic and Bird era. After that, the 1980s brought a breath of fresh air to the NBA with the arrival of two rookies, Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. These two were already rivals from their college days and took their competition to the NBA. Magic's Lakers and Bird's Celtics faced off in 3 NBA Finals, creating a rivalry that captivated fans and boosted the league's popularity. During this time, the NBA also added the Dallas Mavericks, bringing the total number of teams to 23. The league was growing, and so was its fan base. Then, in 1984, a guy named Michael Jordan joined the Chicago Bulls. Maybe you've heard of him? Jordan wasn't just a player, he was a phenomenon. His incredible talent and competitive spirit led the Bulls to 6 championships in the 1990s. MJ's influence extended beyond the court, turning basketball into a global sport and making Air Jordan a household name. Meanwhile, the Detroit Pistons and Houston Rockets each grabbed a couple of titles, but the 90s were undoubtedly the Bulls' decade. Chapter 5: The Lakers and Spurs Dynasties. The late 90s saw the breakup of the Bulls championship team and a lockout-shortened 1998-99 season. From these challenges emerged new dynasties. The Los Angeles Lakers, led by Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, and coach Phil Jackson, won 3 consecutive championships starting in 2000. Meanwhile, the San Antonio Spurs, with Greg Popovich, Tim Duncan, and David Robinson, claimed the 1999 title and dominated the 2000s. Together, the Spurs and Lakers captured 10 titles in 16 years. However, the infamous Malice at the Palace brawl in 2004 led to major suspensions, prompting the NBA to enhance security and conduct standards. Chapter 6: The Modern Era and the Warriors' Dominance. In 2014, LeBron James returned to the Cleveland Cavaliers, sparking an epic rivalry with the Golden State Warriors. Led by Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, the Warriors revolutionized the game with their three-point shooting, winning titles in 2015, 2017, and 2018. The Cavaliers' 2016 championship, led by LeBron, ended Cleveland's 52-year title drought. The Warriors added Kevin Durant in 2017, becoming even more dominant. However, injuries in 2019 allowed the Toronto Raptors to capture their first championship, showcasing the unpredictable nature of sports. After that, the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 brought unprecedented challenges. The season was suspended and later resumed in a bubble at Walt Disney World with no fans present. The Los Angeles Lakers, led by LeBron James and Anthony Davis, won the championship in this unique setting, adding another chapter to the league's storied history. The recent seasons have brought you thrilling new stars like Giannis Antetokounmpo, who led the Milwaukee Bucks to a championship in 2021, and Nikola Jokic, who guided the Denver Nuggets to their first title in 2023. And with 2024 already buzzing with excitement, the NBA's future looks brighter than ever. Stay tuned for more electrifying moments in our upcoming GameTime episodes. The best is yet to come.